All right. So the first question we have today is, do we look down on Nigerians who go home to marry and bring their spouses abroad? I'll repeat that question again. Do we look down on Nigerians who go home to marry and bring their spouses abroad? If you have anything to say, just, oh, nice, perfect.
Okay, I think I don't necessarily look down on people, but I felt some type of way when there was a friend in my community that we were around the same age, we used to hang out and stuff like that, and he went back home and he brought a wife back. I felt some type of way because I'm like, there's women here.
Lots of us that are. It depends on the dynamics, though. Were they together before you left?
No, absolutely not. He got 3 master's degrees.
Hey,
3. It's a long time.
The doctorate was out of the question. Nah, I need 3.
He's gone straight for a PhD.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, I think actually, if you go home and you get a person, I commend you because that was one of my fears, only because I saw it happen so often where you try to go home, you pick up somebody, and all they after
it's papers.
It's them papers. It's them papers. And that money.
I mean, money's papers.
So if you feel confident enough to go to Naija to get somebody and then bring them back, hey, props to you. I don't look down at you at all.
I think like you were saying, I think for me the only reason I would ever go back is if like I was with you before. I don't even know. We're not even the same people anymore. I'm not doing that.
We done changed.
Yeah, we're not the same.
We different.
Yeah, I agree. I would never look down on somebody who went back to marry because that's your business, you know. But me personally,
would you?
I don't think I could do it.
Why?
I feel like we think so differently. We're in different mind frames, like. Like we operate different, we have different expectations now. We've been socialized differently because we're in different, ecosystems. I don't think I could do it. And also, I'm people in Nigeria tend to be very traditional.
Yes,
that's true. I cannot tell you, like, whenever I meet a man from Nigeria directly, it just reminds me of my father immediately. Immediately.
I thought that was supposed to be a good thing.
No, I personally would never date my father ever.
Not date your father, but qualities.
But I would never,
somebody like your father.
Somebody traditional like my father. Exactly. Like I've talked. It's actually scared me away when I've met men and they'll be like, "Oh man, I hate tattoos and piercings and this colored hair." I'm like, "Ooh,
I got a few wigs."
So like I don't think I'm the one for you.
Would you consider it then if it wasn't like somebody who's traditional. Like somebody, let's say they're hip to the culture. They're
hip to what culture?
I guess Western culture in general, like they're not as, traditional Nigerian guy is no cooking, he's no cleaning, he's like, I don't know.
You think so?
No, but then I also think there's a difference.
I absolutely think so.
No cooking, no cleaning?
I think I'm traditional Nigerian, I cook.
Yeah,
a man? That's not traditional. Like, traditional Nigerian men, they don't sniff the kitchen.
See, let me tell you, I saw this post on Twitter where this guy was like, I can't wait so I can get married and I'll sit down in the living room.
I've been waiting! Like this. They'll bring bowls so you can wash your hands.
It's like the first time I get married, I'll call my parents, I'll FaceTime my parents and hold chicken in my hand and say, I made you proud. I'm not cooking anything.
I'm not lifting a hand.
That's traditional Nigerian man. Like,
you
have no responsibility for your children.
Yeah.
No cooking, no cleaning, you just go to work and come back and then you balance.
Provide.
Exactly.
Provide.
Honestly,
And be the head of the household.
Provide. I have serious PTSD. I have 2 sisters. My dad had all girls. He's like, I would hear all the time, you guys are girls. You're supposed to do this, this, and that.
It's a low-key misogynistic comment.
It's very high-key misogynistic. And so it's like, I'm avoiding that like the plague. I don't.
You should.
I don't, yeah.
I'm definitely still open to it. I feel like when it comes to the traditional portions, it comes down to communication. Can you guys equally communicate what type of vision you have for your household? Like, do you want somebody that's in the kitchen all day? If that's what you want, then the finances need to be on point, so that I can go ahead and stay home with the children and go ahead and get everything together.
Amen.
But if they're not, then hey, I have to work and use my degrees that I do have in the back.
Degrees.
Plural.
Come on.
She gonna let them know.
Come on.
Multiple.
How many, please? Just
two right now.
Tell them.
Pending one.
But if I have to use those, then what's the point?
Play still.
You can't just do everything. I'm not a slave.
Exactly. Question then, would you be willing if somebody was like, you have all these degrees, you're very, accomplished, very successful, but I want you to stay at home?
I was about to ask.
Yeah, I work at home.
You would? No, like stay at home. I want you to be a stay-at-home wife, not to work at home. I want you
not
to
stay home.
Take care of the house.
To be honest, it's 2022. We're almost in 2023. That is not possible for me. I work at home. I'm already accustomed to it through the pandemic, so it's going to be easy for me to just get on a computer and work. Like, especially if you know my skill sets. So for someone to tell me to not work, it wouldn't be very smart for you because we have kids.
Yeah, it's like double the bag, right?
Yeah, might as well already take care of this.
Most traditional.
I was like, I have an opposing. I've met guys who are like, who they've told me, they're like, I would make you quit your job.
I would make you quit your job.
Make you quit your job to stay at home.
Like that's a control tactic. That's a control
money,
tactic.
Let's say like 1 million.
You know what she makes?
Like a
money is
she make
enough,
1 million a month.
I mean, if money's right in any situation.
Some people want to learn a month, but most of the men in this Bay Area,
they're not even making what she's making.
Who's not making what? Who's making?
Let's
Okay, but then I feel like we already got off a little topic. Because we were talking about people like actually going back home. And we want to talk about gender roles and how much money you make.
But that's part of it, though. That's why people
go back. Because they want submissive people, right?
Like a traditional man.
Like when men go back home.
Oh, gotcha. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, it's a general.
They're looking for someone who's not going to challenge them.
Exactly. It's a general.
Crazy.
But
is that a bad thing?
Would you go back?
I would go back. Because for you to go back up, that means you must have been in some kind of long distance relationship.
Oh, that's your only reason?
No, that's one of the reasons. Because I need somebody to touch me. I cannot be.
No, but what happened to the family? What happened to the family saying like, "Oh, I know this person. I know their family. Yo, you should check her out."
Check it out.
No, they don't know that. They're not touching from Nigeria.
I know them. I don't know them.
We both understand that, bro.
Yeah, nah. You go home, you check her out, you see what's good.
I need at least a year and a half, 2 years to check her out.
What if you go home, you go to Nigeria, you see babe, you guys are feeling each other, you have to come back here. What would you do?
I don't know. I don't think I'll feel it.
Why is that such a barrier? Why is
that such a barrier? I mean,
a hesitancy.
No, let me just say there's this IJGB. I just got back mentality in Nigeria. It's very huge, especially if you go back and you've been out for a while. See, I know for a fact, for a very accurate fact, if I go back home today and I propose to
anybody,
most of the girls I've dated in the past, I'm come back with a wife.
Yes, immediately.
Right?
So then what's the problem though?
Because I don't want to. No, it's
there
simple.
We go.
It's similar. The IJGB mentality is just to go back to your point, right? It's like you meet them there. It's like for me to be interested other than that, I have to
put in.
I have to decide to put in time. Okay, say I don't have anything against it. I have a friend personally that he met his current girl through her friend, right? She was in Nigeria at the time. She just did an undergrad, right? She was preparing to come do her master's, but she was already planning to come here, right? So he just helped her find a school, helped out with the application process, sending her money to figure out all the stuff.
Sending her money. Pause on that one.
So the visa interviews, all that stuff, they cost money, right?
Yeah.
I feel if you get to that point where you're invested in the relationship, right? I mean, you would do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I don't know about most people. I would. If you're at that point already, might as well. So yeah, I think right now they're here, right? They're booked here and they're happy, right? So there's stories like that. I feel that kind of scenario maybe, but me by myself, kind of my 2 legs to go back to
you wouldn't know.
Because now, okay, you came here for school, right? So if anything happens, you still have your own life. And we're not married, right? You came here. I mean, I helped you come here. Or, I mean, I didn't help you. You came here, but, I was part of the process. And then, now you're doing your own thing, right? We're still not married. We're dating. So it's if anything, if it ends up that we don't align or...
we can both...
We could have gone separate ways.
So is it that you don't want somebody dependent on you that?
I don't. I like independent women. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I like strong, independent women. See, if you're watching this...
Go ahead and say strong
and independent. Strong in my DMs, yeah? Strong, independent women. No, I like strong independent. I gotta lie. It's just
So you cool with cooking?
I'm a great cook.
You're gonna throw down?
Bruh, if I'm fine being a stay-at-home dad. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait!
I'm serious. See, a stay-at-home dad that works. I work in tech, so I can work from home, right?
Yeah, so you be with the kids at home, you cook, you wait for your wife to get home, you
Yeah,
cook.
but if she wants to massage and she gets back, cool.
Hey.
Like,
You got it. You got it. Take care of
I
it.
mean, it's fine, right? But it's
What do
like
you cook?
I cook anything, man. Any Nigerian dish, think about it.
anything
Any
is
Nigerian
big.
dish. I've cooked anything. you can
Anything is
think
big.
of.
Any Nigerian dish. Igbo,
I mean, my tribe. Yeah, I don't just any kind of like I've not gone to that area, but I mean, like, yeah, like I think at the end of the day, it's all about like the submissive thing. I feel like that's why people go back.
Mhm.
So it's like if you want to bring someone here and then I don't know, I guess
Continue the relationship.
continue the relationship and then
Power
you figure it out.
imbalance.
And you figure it out. There's still a power imbalance maybe because you've been here longer, but
They're dependent on
They're
you. Even if
dependent
you bring
on
somebody
you.
here, they're dependent on you.
yeah,
Like,
but
They
exactly.
don't know
right?
anything that's here.
That's here,
They
how
don't
to
know
get
the
around.
country, yeah.
That's fair.
And
So
once they now
everyone,
know, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Once they know their rights and all of that. I've heard another story.
Yeah.
You know, like once they figure it out, then they're gonna be like, yo, wait a minute. I don't know. I can actually do some things.
Right,
I don't
right.
know. You're gonna forget you.
And they got the green card now. So
Yeah.
Let's go.
Exactly.
they're done.
So you're a no. Yo, you're a yes.
I'm open. I just feel like you just don't know anybody's heart. Like regardless if you guys are in it, you never know anyone's heart.
Yeah.
You need to
Whether you're
pretty
here
much
or there,
figure out the level of desperacy.
Desperation.
Why is it desperation to go back home?
Because it depends. You're just like we were just talking about. There's a power imbalance. You know, they're at a disadvantage because obviously, just like he just said, he can go to Nigeria right now and propose to any female he has dated, and that is to tell you that there's a level of desperacy because you've been out here for how
Hold
long?
on, Shay. You can't just propose to any girl here too and get her too.
No.
I thought you had it like
Not
that.
that level of
The hunger is
desperation.
not there.
Like, yeah.
Well, what kind of women were you talking to back home though?
A woman on my level, like
On your level?
Are they still on your level now?
I mean, some of them are actually working tech jobs.
Where did you
in
grow up?
I grew up in Abuja.
What parts?
Like
The rich parts
what
of
part?
you, where the...
Not like middle class. I wasn't. My parents were not rich.
So you don't have any governor's daughter or something? Because you cannot propose to that one. She'll say, let's go like that.
I mean, not exactly. If you propose to a governor's daughter, bro, they feel like if you got proposed to a last daughter, they're gonna tell you something. Like, what do you bring into the table? That's the thing. I feel like even if I still propose, if I talked to them before. And then went back now. I still feel like some of them would
They
still
would
say
give
yeah.
you. I feel like
I'm not doing badly in life.
would.
innit?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but then it's not desperation.
they're not desperate. Those ones, that one's
They have
different.
options.
man.
Yeah, that's
those,
what I'm
those ones
saying.
have
Exactly.
options.
I feel like it is because it's still opportunistic because
As a governor's daughter.
Like somebody who has it all.
they're coming to America.
They're-
No,
They can do that
they've been
Right,
coming
like,
to America.
if they were able to come, wouldn't they have been here by now?
No, so,
No,
no,
not everybody
people,
wants to
people
come
make
from
their
here,
money
yeah.
and go back to
And go
Nigeria.
Because I feel like, honestly,
Like,
take your American
the music
dollars.
artists?
Oh yeah,
No,
a lot
a lot of rich people.
A lot of rich people.
Your money
Yeah.
goes further in Nigeria.
It does. It
But
does.
like they'll tell the lies, like for example, like the man bought his daughters Porsches because they wanted
Ferrari.
Porsches.
Ferraris because they wanted.
Yeah.
Because they wanted Ferraris. They
Yeah,
woke up
but-
It's
and
not for children.
it's not for like literally.
I feel like people look at America differently though.
Like what?
Like it's a different opportunity here.
Yeah, but they come and go as they want already. So,
Honestly,
They already have access to
If
the
they
country,
do,
so-
but
So-
if they don't,
So let me tell you what's crazy. I know a family that they live in Nigeria, but their father bought all of them American citizenship. You know how much that thing is?
500K. Well, it used to be 500K.
It's
It's,
like
now a million.
500K
It's like a
American?
It's $900,000.
American dollars.
Yeah.
Wow.
So think about how much money you need to have in Nigeria to buy
To
all
buy
your
your
family
kid.
members American citizenship.
That's a
And you
lot.
tell me I'm going to propose to his daughter. You slap me, bro. Like, when you have time, someone go for yourself too. Because her dad, at that point, it's not for money for her.
Yeah.
She actually wants. Maybe she's seen. Maybe like someone who's like observing you from afar. You know, it's like okay. I see what you're doing, you know. I mess with that, you know. Exactly. It's like
okay, well,
if,
let's talk about people that are on our level, I guess.
exactly.
People that we can actually
Go.
Just go and grab. But then that's still desperation, or is it okay?
So-
It's because it's opportunistic.
I guess
It's opportunistic to
it's
get
on both.
someone's-
It's on both ends.
People
I
are
guess
my-
because me as a female, like you got to think about our age.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, we're aging up. We're not going backwards. So
Mhm.
at what point, if you haven't found a husband here by 28, 30.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm about to be
You
28.
were at some point of level of desperation yourself and opportunist yourself.
Because I
So
think
it could
similarly
be-
to
Is that right?
Let's go ahead and change the words.
I think similarly to say, I feel like in any of us ladies, if he were to go back and seek a man's hand, he'll just fall on his knees, like because we're all accomplished women, beautiful women from America.
America, that's.
But wouldn't the values thing still apply? Like, wouldn't he still want a submissive traditional woman?
He would. I've
would.
seen that play out with like my parents' friends. Like they, you know, husband was back in Nigeria. They married someone, brought him here.
Yeah.
The man either like waited until he got his papers and then showed
The
his
dynamics
colors, or he
change.
came here
Uh-huh.
and wanted to be the head of the house, and he's not working. He's not doing
doing
anything.
anything.
And he's just there being bossy. And I'm like, this
That's
is not.
not
It's
how
not.
that
It's
works.
not.
It's not
It's not
method.
method. It's not adding up.
It's not
It's not making sense. Like, imagine you go and get somebody, you bring them here, and then they start dictating, give me your whole salary. I'm the one who's going to
Your
make the
whole
decision. Your
salary?
whole, like,
salary?
direct deposit into my account.
Ah,
like, I've seen those situations play
Kick
out.
rocks.
Like, women bringing men over, and I'm just like,
No.
See, now, I think that's where you have to figure out, like, how the dynamics are going to work. You're going to have to figure out how your household is going to function prior to getting yourself into
Forget
that
the numbers. That's why you have to get Ogun and be like,
Hey, yo, no.
if you do this,
Not over here. Not over here.
if you do this, you're done.
You know the password, Asha. Once you come over here, no one.
Also on the reverse though, I can say this from experience, like with my parents, like my mom, both my parents born and raised in Nigeria, but my mom came for like during like middle school, maybe she was 12, right?
Mhm.
And then went back, met my dad, married him, and brought him here.
Yeah.
My dad started outperforming my mom, and then there was jealousy. She's like, who does this man think he is?
Outperforming me like this.
She should have
be
been
happy
happy
for him,
should
right?
have been happy, right? So I wonder, I'm
So
curious
she
how often
wanted
does
to
that
control
happen?
him?
Because you know, like you said, like
Or she
when
wants
you
him to
bring
be
somebody from there, there's a certain
Right,
level of like
Power.
dependency that is expected of them to have.
Right.
I think she felt empowered by that, and as soon as that dynamic shifted, it was like, oh no,
Oh, yo.
who is this? Like you know,
Wow.
That's fair.
Yeah, because those tables can turn real quick.
True.
They can flip real quick. You can
Because if someone that's coming from Nigeria, the mentality they come from.
But they come with.
Yeah.
They're ready to.
they've been fighting.
Right.
Listen, they've been fighting a hand battle. Yeah.
And then over here, oh, yo, they're cleaning up.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like even in college, like I always heard this a lot. People always like, oh, like why are you so like driven, blah blah. But I've seen Shaggy.
Oh God.
I've seen Shaggy. Bro, I've never read the lantern. Have you read the kerosene? Have you put an online with kerosene lantern before?
Yep.
You've not. And then you don't
You don't
know. I like now there's 24/7 electricity. That you told me.
on your ass.
Yo, why you working so hard?
What you mean?
Wow.
Yo, I got light 24 hours of the day. Of course I'm working
A
hard.
kerosene lantern, bro. Like,
My first counselor was telling me, oh, you can get financial aid. I was like, financial
Financial
aid? You give me money to go to school.
like
I asked her like 20 times. You give me money.
Yeah, go to school.
This don't make sense.
yeah. So I think that definitely plays to like the whole dynamic of going back and bringing someone. I mean, obviously it doesn't work both ways. There's just some people that are not driven. Like if you're not driven, you're not driven.
You're
and
not
that's
driven,
just,
period.
that's
Yeah,
just that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
most of the time, like for the most part, yeah, it's always gonna be that.
Are us as like if you're here in the United States, then do we have like a certain sense of entitlement? Do we have like a certain sense of like I deserve
The best.
XYZ?
What's
I
XYZ?
think so.
As whatever XYZ is for
Like
you,
women
that
or
would
like
make
partner?
going back home problematic, or
Oh, yes.
going back home saying like, okay, like I deserve submissive, I deserve whatever the case might be, I deserve all of
everything.
this. Like because
But I
like
mean-
why is there that the dependency, and why is there that difference in like power immediately when you're like looking for a spouse?
I think for me, like, it just wouldn't be beneficial to like my life and my goals to like
Oh,
go
wow.
to Nigeria and get somebody and then like, I don't know. First of all, long distance relationship is not for me. Like that one, especially.
Yeah, because they're not just gonna come instantly.
They're not
Like,
gonna-
Yeah,
It's
it takes
right,
some time.
right.
And like
It takes some time.
obviously I'm gonna be the one who is at least at first sinking in a lot of time, a lot of money, and
Because
like
you're the one that's trying to bring
I
them here.
bring it exactly
Yeah.
because I don't want to move back
And
to like
body's also not firewood.
Yeah,
What is
very
the fire?
important. Very important.
What is not firewood? But yeah, I don't want to like it wouldn't make sense for me. Like I just am not willing
Gotcha.
to to do that. Put in the time or the effort. Like it would be a lot when I can find somebody here.
Would you advise someone though that has been trying it in the US, like maybe like they got into like 4 relationship is not working, blah blah blah.
4 is not a lot.
Only 4.
4 is not a
5,
lot.
6, 10.
You said 4 relationships though. What if this? Okay, now
It's
we
not
got to
working.
find
Yeah,
too
like,
many.
we just try
No, but
Nigeria.
like what would be different about Nigeria?
I don't know, maybe.
I think there's also the very real possibility and fear that you find this person, you're all in love, yada yada. They come
Until-
here, vanish, like the Avatar gone.
The Fire Nation
That's a very real possibility.
that's
Yo.
So I'm gonna piggyback off that. I went to Nigeria in 2019, and the guy that I was talking to, he so happens to have an uncle that lives in the U.S. too. So that was always a fear in the back of my mind that he knew so many people and he has so many friends, even back where he's at. So it just made it seem like if he got here, he would already be connected even more than I was. So it was very scary for me. So
Because then he could
Scary,
move however
scary
he
one.
wanted to.
it was very scary because for one, I didn't really know what his full intentions were because we were both in the same situation. Like we're both, I think 26 or 27 at the time, not married. And then our parents are well-to-do. Like his dad just became a chief somewhere or something like that. And then my dad is well-known here. So it was kind of like a status like match type thing. So I was kind of afraid that it wouldn't be long-term for me. And that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be long term?
Is the love really true?
Because he knows people?
Because if he's also at your same level,
Level,
you know, like
then
it's not
it
like he
should-
has
He
less
wasn't
than you,
at
you know?
my same level.
Oh.
He couldn't find a job in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't really doing
Can anybody
much.
find a job?
But it's not he can't go
Right.
But he had connections
say
though.
that?
For him to have connections and still not be moving up.
Connections here?
Really?
Here and in Nigeria.
I'm very
Like, he
weary of people
knows-
that say they have connections but then aren't doing anything for
Yeah,
themselves. So
it
maybe-
does
because those
Bitcoin.
connections
Does
are not-
Bitcoin.
exactly.
They're not
That
good
was
enough.
people.
Exactly.
Doesn't do Bitcoin.
Forex.
Does do like
He does some stuff or whatever to make his little money, but
okay.
it's still not. For me, I think we were talking for like 4 months before I even went to Nigeria.
Oh, damn.
Like at least like he
How'd you
could have like organized a date or.
So he didn't even.
He didn't. He wasn't putting in
He
efforts.
took me out, but I the
You
one
paid.
who paid for it.
He
Wait,
said,
hold
let's
on,
go.
hold on.
That's why I
I'm
came in
waiting.
like stuff, okay?
I'm
Like,
quitting
yeah,
more.
my YouTube just keeping-
I'm just saying when he got here, if he was stacking Naira, he probably didn't know the conversion rate and realized his paper.
But
No,
see,
but
right.
imagine, babe
Buy
flew
a-
in. She plane tickets.
Oh, you flew in there,
Nigeria.
and he didn't plan the
I
date.
paid
Oh
for
no,
it.
throw him away.
Yeah,
Throw him away. He gone. He out of
A
there.
queen or more, bro.
I thought he came over here. You went over there. He didn't plan
A
the
queen
date.
and more.
Oh.
Plane
What?
tickets is not cheap, and he couldn't pay for the date.
For the date,
You saw it.
some opera, some
And you
something.
couldn't bring out 10,000 naira to at least take you out for a meal or something.
But his parents were well to do. How are you a bum?
And this is no, I did not
from a
It's-
well to do family.
Uncle.
So
Oh,
that was another thing. I went down there. I actually went to where he was
Investigate.
living. Yes, girl.
Oh no.
Girl.
Stick out.
I
I
went.
applaud you.
Wahala.
You're better than me because I would have just
Forget about it.
I don't pay for my bill. He would have washed plates. Because
I think that was the worst part. I would have, if that situation didn't happen, we probably would have gotten married. But it embarrassed me so badly that I just couldn't take it. Like I didn't sleep that
God,
night.
Jesus
Before the
loves
date,
you.
did you guys talk like?
There had to have been some
We
flags.
had been
No,
talking
maybe he
and
said something like, "I don't have money right now, babe," or something. Like that.
Something.
Was there
Babe,
Nothing.
4 months. We're talking on the phone for 4 months.
He didn't say
I
there was
can't
no,
say-
there was no
What are we
inkling
doing?
that this man.
Like, does it say I have a job? I don't have a job.
What did they say?
Was-
Sarcastic.
He
Yeah,
didn't
I was
have a
like,
job, but the thing about it is, there's things that people do for, when they're ready to get married. He would have told his uncles or some
His
there's
family
this
would
girl
have known.
That's
that's
his
coming
family.
here, we're talking about getting married. They would have prepared something.
Right.
For him to not put that effort in, it just showed me
Yeah.
like, okay, if you get to Nigeria, like,
He didn't even
That's
intro
or if you
you
come,
to
if you
like.
come to America, like, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be slaving day and night for you.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
be working
absolutely not.
5 jobs, fam. Like, Jesus loves you, fam. Jesus.
I'm telling
He
you,
dodged the bullet.
he loves me. I'm telling you, that is so good.
He dodged the
'cause
bullet.
for this guy, still regretting it now. If I show you the WhatsApp message.
He's still messaging you.
Try it to
No,
this day.
block. I'm blocking, please.
Block, I know.
Shawty blocking.
Next.
Hey babe, what happened? I haven't talked to you in a few
Darling,
weeks.
my dear.
My dear.
That's how they
On the
do.
flat.
My dear.
dear.
How are you doing? I
No,
thought
my
of
dad's
you.
a red flag now, sir.
No, listen, my my family has been trying to like hook me up with this weird Potaka boy.
Oh boy.
The first message, how are you doing, my dear?
My dear.
And I like immediately, like I
So
hate that. I told him I
funny.
was like, I hate people. If you're not my grandma or you're not my
call me
my
dear.
don't call me dear.
Oh, my
It
parents
went
don't
to
call me
my
dear.
darling, and I was like,
How did we get to my? We just met.
we just
Right.
listen.
My, like,
I'm
why
not
did
your
it
anything.
my?
I don't even know you.
How are you doing
Love at
in
first
my
sight.
way?
How do you guys feel about, the family members that will find you on WhatsApp, share common last name? Hey, my
My
sister, my cousin.
Turn off your
Papa.
Don't even open the message because you already
I
know
didn't know when you were
that
lying
it's
to
a long intro, sub story, and
Yeah.
then begging for money
Exactly.
at the end.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
even lucky if you get an intro.
No.
So,
Like, this is how I know
Sorry.
you. My cousin, my
Yeah,
sister,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
brother. Then my sad,
Story.
either school fees or
Mhm.
housing or something,
Something.
and then please just something small.
Alright, so I mean, let's go back one more time. So we're just gonna say yes or no. Like, do you
Do you want?
do you
to go
look
back?
down? No, do you look down on Nigerians who go home to marry?
Look down.
Do you
And
look
would
down
you-
and would you?
And would
go
you
back?
go back? Right. So let's go this way.
Let's go
Look
this way.
down. No. Would I go back? No, because I love to nap. So I cannot nap.
Jesus.
Like I didn't watch. Like I didn't watch. Watch that. Oh my God.
Judge, no. Go back. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm very anti-traditional. So
I don't judge anybody. Only God can judge you. But I'm not going back to find a husband.
So that's a no. Okay.
No.
You?
No, you.
I have to answer now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
that's
But yeah, I think for me, do I look down? I don't. That's not my business.
yeah.
Do what you want to do. Would I go back? Never.
Never.
Never. See, like the situation has to be extenuating, like, and even that, I can't. You will not be my spouse instantly.
Otedela's daughter comes.
That's an extenuating circumstance.
Yes,
That's what
yes.
I'm talking. But no for me.
Okay, Judge, obviously, get your, however you live, go ahead and get it. Me, I tried it, didn't work out, so.
Oh, you
I'm
tried
like-
it?
You tried it.
You tried it.
Story.
I tried it. Oh, nah, there was
We're not gonna.
This entire time.
Sitting on an experience.
Well, mine is a little low key. She actually went. I didn't even get far enough to go.
Okay.
That's what ended up happening.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
So I didn't actually go. What ended up happening was my parents that came and like, hey son, there's this good girl. She's in Naija. She's from my village. I was like, all right, pops.
Not a village girl.
Like, yo, pops, I'm trying to make you happy right now. I'm working on it. Let me try it out. So I started talking with her on WhatsApp, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm a great conversationalist. I'm fire.
Okay.
We're talking on the phone. Yo, conversation died after 2 minutes. I'm like,
What's going on?
okay, so you went to school, and then
Why
you
is that
came
the
home,
first-
and then you cooked, and then that was it. All right, that was your day. All right, and then there was like no other interest. There was no other things to connect us.
Yeah.
And I tried after conversation after conversation, and that's why I was thinking earlier about like the cultural differences. Like even though you can be Nigerian, but if you're raised here, being versus raised there, like being able to
different
talk about
worlds.
things and being able to connect on a really personal level,
It's difficult.
it's hard. You know, especially if you've never been here. It's pretty much like trying to bridge two different worlds.
Yeah.
And no shade to Shorty. I'm hoping she's doing great. But it didn't work out for me. And so like at that point in time, I had to tell my parents. I was like,
It's a no from me, dog.
and then my dad was all like, did you give it a chance? I'm like, Pops, you see me on the phone. I'm trying to talk to her, and it's like 30, 45 seconds of dead air while I'm thinking about like
Imagine
what
if you actually
questions.
got married to her, bro. Like, I'll be,
Bro.
We'd be sitting there in
Looking at each
silence.
other.
Yeah. And then my dad's all like, well, you can teach her what you like. Teach her what I like.
what?
Yo, you got
You know the
Netflix?
wife?
You got Spotify? Hold on, let me...
Let's not even talk about the sex now. Like, that's a different conversation.
No.
That's a complete.
Next.
Yeah, so for me,
No.
no.
Okay, so I don't judge, but I do feel a type of way if I know you and you went back home and you found a wife and you didn't pick me. But yeah, I feel like
Talk about it.
I'm open to it, but right now I am not going back.
Okay.
You didn't listen.
I'm going back for business purposes.
Networking.
Business purposes.
Networking. I love it.
Here for it.